Enoch, Melchizedek, and their peoples were not the only ones translated and then separated from this earth. The Book of Mormon records, for example, that 3 of the Nephite apostles requested and were granted extended lifetimes so that they could continue to minister. These 3 apostles were translated by the Savior, allowing them to continue living without pain or sorrow. Mormon later reported that these 3 apostles had been taken to the heavens, or more specifically to heaven, the planetary abode of translated beings. We learned from the Savior's discussion with the 3 Nephite apostles that John the Revelator was a translated being himself. Apparently, Jesus translated John prior to his crucifixion. This would mean that John would have been a translated being when the angel appeared to him on Patmos. In a revelation to Joseph Smith and Oliver Cowdery, the Lord provided further clarification on John's status in response to a question posed through the Urim and Thummim. The Lord did so by revealing the original text and translation of John's account of the exchange between Peter and Jesus found in the Gospel of John, chapter 21. With his translated status, the Lord gave John a greater mission. The apostle's mission is symbolized in chapter 10 of the Apocalypse as a little book, and will be addressed more fully in a later episode. Moses, like John, the 3 Nephites, Enoch, and others, was translated to continue his work in mortality. The scriptural record states that Moses died and was buried in the land of Moab. The Lord confirmed to Joshua, Moses' successor, that the great lawgiver had died. Notwithstanding these reports of his death, the Book of Mormon suggests that the Lord took him by the Spirit, a veiled indication of his translation. Mormon, giving an account of the disappearance of the Nephite prophet Alma the Younger, compared it to the disappearance of Moses. Indeed, the report in Deuteronomy that Moses died and was buried is clear on the point that it was the Lord who took him and buried him, and not the people of Israel. That is why Israel did not know the exact location of his burial site. Mormon's understanding, and that of the Nephite people, was that both Moses and Alma the Younger had been taken from out of their midst and translated. In a revelation to Joseph Smith, the Lord reiterated that it was he who took Moses out of the midst of Israel. It is likely that the Jaredite prophet Ether was taken by the Lord and translated, as was Moses and Alma the Younger. In his record, Ether speculated that he might be translated.